Hi guys, welcome to Property Talk. Today, me and Jade are talking to Cameron. He's a local investor. Cool, so Cameron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm 25, I'm from Nottingham originally. I've moved down to London this bar and I'm doing buy-to-let in Nottingham at the moment.
Wow, 25.
25. I used to teach Cameron breakdancing back in the day.
You did?
Yeah.
I came to like one class.
Hold on a minute.
Big up the breakdancing.
You used to do yeah.
Okay, do you want me to do some of that? I actually remember that.
I think we'll do some outtakes of Jonathan and Cameron doing
Later on.
some.
I might break my back now, but yeah, it's cool.
So Cameron, you're compared to me, you're quite a spring chick.
Okay.
I'm impressed at
Interesting.
at 25, you're actively doing property developing.
Yeah.
And so you said you're doing buy-to-lets.
Yeah, so basically I went on a course, paid a fair amount of money for that course. They taught me how to do HMOs, rent-to-rents, etc., etc. I sort of went through this whole process of being really confused and trying to get down to
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, and but HMOs, I was like, I could do that straight away.
Yeah.
You know, on the courses they're like, go up north. So I went to like Doncaster, to a really horrible place. Took my dad.
No offence to anybody from Doncaster that's watching.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah.
There is opportunity in Doncaster. It's like.
It's like, what? No, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's fine.
North of Doncaster, where I went to, it generally was like a sort of lower wealthy area, because that's what I was targeting to try and get.
Different demographic completely.
Yeah. So I went there and I discussed with yourself and a few other people, and decided it just wasn't the right idea. And obviously, I lived in Nottingham.
Yeah. Are you from Hucknall originally?
Yes,
right, okay.
I'm from Hucknall, so I used to.
And we're filming in Hucknall today in a new bar that's opened.
That's where I'm from as well.
Yeah,
so
and I'm from up the road, so we're all very local. Yeah.
So, obviously I know the streets here and stuff like that. So I thought I'd start off with a single level, get my first property.
Brilliant.
And also just on like a technical level for other people. In order to do like HMOs and big projects, I think to get the mortgage you actually need to have a single let to start with.
Yep.
And that was one of the things why I didn't get into HMO straight away, because you have to take out like bridging loans. There's quite complex sort of financial back into it. So I thought I'd leave that and then get my experience in the game, speak to people like yourselves, and then hopefully in the future do a bigger project.
Yeah.
I love that, because I get a lot of people messaging me going, oh, how should I get started out in the industry, like on Instagram and stuff, and they're looking at doing 10-bed commercial conversions, HMOs, pulling all the money out, and I'm like, you know what? Just do a really simple flip where you might make 10 grand or something, or do a buy-to-let. Just really simple numbers.
That's so important.
Just start steady, start slow, learn what you're doing, make your mistakes where it's not massively costly. Take your time, you're in it for the long haul. So full credit to you for actually seeing that and going, actually I've done all my research and this is where I need to start.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with that, like, we spoke about it, didn't we, when you originally were looking at doing HMOs and things, and you just don't have to make that jump. Start small. Start small. Build up to a point where you're comfortable with what you're doing. Dealing with tenants. You want to get into a HMO, manage yourself, and realise that you hate working with tenants. Do all of it and understand it, and then move up. Yeah. And it's about going through that process. Yeah.
And actually, the returns itself. When you look into like HMOs, I know you guys probably get banging returns, but like when you look.
Well, I do, Jade.
when you actually look into single lets, though, you can. When you buy, if you do buy a refurbished finance, which I actually am, then you obviously buy it and you get it like 10-12% like around this area, unless you get a really low market deal. But when you refinance it or whatever you do, then it actually goes to like 20-30%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
actually,
if you look massive. At HMO and then look at that, it takes obviously a bit more time, 6 months to refinance it.
Yeah.
But
the process is longer, but if you buy right, the results are comparable, which is important. Yeah.
The cash flow is obviously not as great.
You're never going to have the same, but it's a trade-off, right?
Yeah.
So like with all of the tenants that you're dealing with HMO, you don't have that with single lets, and I hate that word, passive, but a single let is probably the most passive you're going to get out of a property. So I think you made the right call, to be fair.
Can I let you into a bit of a secret? Like my dream is to end up with a really nice buy-to-let portfolio.
Yeah.
One that we've kind of got our 5-10 year plan, and towards the end of it we're going to get some really good quality buy-to-lets, pay them down, and cash in when we're like
100%.
60, and then so we obviously don't have pensions because we run our own businesses and stuff. And that's our like long-term goal, is to actually end up back where we started. But
That's cool.
Paying everything down and just be really sensible.
You have flats, don't you?
I've got HMO. I did have buy-to-lets actually, but I sold them all to buy HMOs. And I've got a combination of HMOs, SAs, and I will have some flats coming on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think flats is an interesting.
Yeah.
Flats is cool. I'd like to.
Yeah,
flats is cool.
I think that's where I'd like to go.
Where you can.
No, it's fine. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. But like, I would love if I had the opportunity to swap all of my HMOs for single lets, and it was the same cash flow results. I would do it straight away. There'd be no question about that. I'd love to do that. And same with me. 5-year plan is to not get rid of them, but get rid of all of the joint ventures at some point, and then 100% ownership and move to a sturdy buy-to-let portfolio.
So I think also when I started off, everyone was talking about HMOs. That's all they do.
It still is now.
Yeah, if you go on a course, that's literally all everyone talks about. And I think since starting and going through this confusing process.
So sorry, how long ago did you do your course?
It was a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent like 2.5K on it. I didn't have much money at the time. I was like, that's so much money. I rang my ex-missus up. She was going crazy. Probably why she's my ex.
Oh dear.
But,
the course, it breaks people up, the courses.
No, but and then I think I called yourself.
You called me.
And you were like, what are you doing?
You called Mr. HMO. And you were like, hey, I need some info.
Yeah, we had a chat about it, but everything's kind of got you to where you are now, so it's not a bad thing. You learn something, which is important, right? Yeah, I think so.
2.5 grand's not a lot of money to lose on something.
Not in the grand scheme of things.
I've had a business that failed where I lost 10 grand.
Yeah.
And actually it was part of my journey that I was supposed to go on to learn from it, so don't forget about that.
Yeah, I mean, when I put on that post yesterday, very honestly, I found the course alright.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was
a lot of talk about it at the minute, yeah.
So and that information was crucial for me. I went home the night of that course and wrote up a 4,000-word essay off the back of it.
That's keen.
Wow. I mean,
not an
that
essay,
is keen.
Not an essay, but...
Don't backtrack, Cameron, it's fine.
It's not an essay, so I'm not going to submit it.
So when you say essay, do you mean that you did like a goal-setting exercise of like how you're going to use the information?
So everything they said in that course,
you documented it, got you.
Put it in my own context, wrote exactly what they said with the golden words to say on the phone.
That's amazing.
Everything.
I wish I was like that.
And after it, I think I was speaking to you, and I was speaking to my dad as well about it. He was like, they can't possibly do this, They tell you that everything's with these scripts you can get below market value deals. Well, the first time.
It makes me cringe a bit,
Well, no, this is going to make you cringe even more. The stuff I wrote down. Hello, my name's Cameron Tait. I'm a local property investor.
Like a full-on script.
Full-on script.
Okay,
local property investor. Blah blah blah. I wrote that all down, and I rang like hundreds of estate agents, and I banged it all out. But the problem is, I actually rang estate agents in Nottingham as well, the area where I was supposed to be sort of buying.
Yeah.
So a bit of advice to people if you are going to follow a script or something like that, or you're starting out, is to actually start off somewhere else.
Yeah, out of your area and then learn it and then come into your area when you're a pro. Hey, look, it doesn't matter now. You've got one, so it's cool.
So let's talk about where that one came from.
Exactly, let's talk about
I'd like to know where that came from. Didn't it come off the back of a script, no?
It didn't come off the back of the script. But this is fascinating, and this is what time gives you. Basically, I've been looking on the market for ages. John Owen eventually said, why don't you just try Nottingham, somewhere where you know.
It's like his default setting, that's why.
I was looking at some horrible places, so that was the right piece of advice. But basically, in August, there seems to be a little bit of a lull in the market. I don't know if you get this in
August, September, just kind of leading up to Christmas time. Normally, it's like that.
So I seen this property on the market, and I was down by this point. I was like, it's never gonna happen.
That's such a thing as well.
But you had looked at, we're talking like 50 properties, and you offered on most of them.
And one fell through because it was like, I was asking questions about damn.
Yeah.
The other fell through because I went down with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
So literally.
I didn't take any photos.
That's probably too instinctive.
There's another one as well, which was a steel structure.
Yeah.
So
which you actually sale agreed that one, didn't you?
Sale agreed, and that was a good deal.
It was.
But, I mean, if I had cash, I probably would still bought it.
Yeah.
Because I'm an engineer, I want to know why I can't buy it and why the financial industries won't support that sort of property.
Yeah.
So I got proper into the details. I've researched this massive piece of paper, and it's based on steel properties and stanchions. Right. So if you ever buy a steel property, the one thing to look at is the steel stanchions which attach to the bottom plate, which is the concrete.
Great bit of advice.
That's super complex stuff, that.
Yeah, so being an engineer, that was right down my street.
So is that just so I understand? Is that like a prefabricated?
Yeah,
build?
exactly.
Yeah, so they built it after 1940s.
Yeah.
Just
After the war, they chucked tons of prefabs up.
Loads of them.
To house it.
And they were. I can't find it.
So this must be in Bilborough or somewhere like that.
No, it was in. I forgot the name now.
Bilborough's got a lot of them.
Oh,
a lot
right,
of the
okay.
windy notes.
Yeah, there's a list out there on the government website. By the way, the government has so much information. I found the other day a map of every HMO in Nottingham.
Okay.
Yeah, so it shows a heat map of where they are.
Okay.
So I thought, if I use that information, I can find out.
Should be able to find out where it's
you guys
intense,
where you are, but it's in your interest not to really tell me.
No, we're
if
open.
anyone wants to find out, you can go on like.
You might be. No.
So with these deals, then, when you're having a look, what was you like looking for in it? What was you looking for in the deal itself?
In the single.
Yeah. So what were the like the numbers you were looking for, or was there? Yeah. What was
so in the hot it was a little bit more expensive, like around like Kirkby and Ashfield, Mansfield, places like that. We were looking like 95. I was thinking 95,000 I wanted to offer on them, but they were still the same price as something, which is really strange.
Yeah,
like 105 for like a 3-bed semi-detached.
Okay.
3-bed semi-detached is what I actually targeted for.
Okay.
So at one point I was
Very
being really
good.
specific.
Yeah.
I was being like 3-bed on my search criteria for Rightmove. I was like 3-bed.
Yeah.
Bringing the criteria really down, setting the distance quite big, and that's why I ended up in Chesterfield and Chesterfield was an interesting one because that was on with a cash estate agent.
Okay.
You know where they
where
buy
they
cash.
sell them really quick, Springbok and those kind of
So
things.
they buy cash straight away, and the reason they did buy it, I was like, why didn't they buy it? The reason they didn't buy it is because it was steel. But the woman was going through like a divorce, or I think she was doing like settlement because she was quite a lot of debt. And literally, we agreed it in like 3 days.
Okay.
So if you keep your eye on the market, which I did at that point, I was like, boom.
Yeah.
I was like, right. Sorry, I'll jump right off.
No, that's massive. Literally, like you said, you've got to know the area.
Yeah.
Like
We always
down to a
talk about
T.
this, don't we?
Yeah, know it down to a T. Like I always use the analogy. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, but if I'm ever looking to buy like a new bit of tech, she's not. If I'm ever looking to buy a new bit of tech, I like do so much research and figure out where to get it for the best price and all this kind of stuff. That as soon as I know that one is a good price, I'll buy it. And same goes with like a house. I want to know the area down to an absolute T.
Oh yeah,
so if something
don't
does come
you?
on,
like
you know it straight away. Yeah.
You're looking so much into a market, you almost don't believe it. And this is when I was down around, I seen that property come on for 105, and I was like, that's going to go.
Yeah.
I was like, that's going to go in a week.
Yeah.
Because I knew the property was moving. And then I went into the estate agent, I spoke to the manager, and she said, it's summer holidays, it's slowed down.
Okay.
I was like, it's a perfect opportunity. Went over, looked at it, I was like, it'll do. So at this point I was desperate.
I'm having it.
I was desperate. No, but obviously the structural stuff like that was all good. I knew I'd have to put a lot of work into it. And I went back to the estate agent. I actually made an offer by email first.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the estate agent because I don't want to get them into trouble. But I actually went in, and this is the importance of building a strong relationship with the estate agent. I went into the manager, said I'd put an offer in, and she told me potentially that it would be a better offer.
Okay.
There is a better offer you can
Oh,
make.
I see. There's a better offer on the table.
I withdrew the offer I first made via email, and then made another one. And that was all based off relationship. So that's only £2,700 based off relationship.
Yeah, and you got the deal.
Yeah, and I got the deal. So that was the first
buy, which is a normal 3-bedroom, single-let, semi-detached. Yeah.
So kitchen was tiny.
Yeah.
When you get excited and go, I think with experience it probably comes with that. You guys probably go around properties now. You're like, oh yeah, I'll do this, do that. When I was going around there, I was just excited and sort of ignored a lot of things which I probably should have been paying attention to. Wallpaper. It's huge.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get, it's costly to get down, takes time, and you don't know what it's covering up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The covering up for me was like, I thought plaster was okay.
We don't all paint wood chip like you.
I don't do that. That's not.
I have.
That's not me.
I have painted wood chip, but that's a. Yeah. Don't judge me.
No.
We've all had our moments.
Have you seen it with the wooden cladding?
Yeah.
You know, like when you walk into like a kitchen and it looks like a Swedish sauna.
Yeah.
You're like, hold on a minute, this is weird. And then you take it off, it's like damp as hell and you just cover it up.
Yeah.
So did you find anything else, any other nasties like that on your first one?
So the first one, when we actually got in, when we purchased the property, which took absolutely ages because it was a deceased estate.
Yeah, probate problem, wasn't there?
Yeah, probate. And in order for someone to sell a deceased estate, you have to have a grant of probate.
Yeah.
And, we waited like they were getting the grants pro.
So they should have that in place before they put it on the market.
Yeah.
But they didn't on your one, did they?
Yeah. So the daughter of the estate didn't have the grants pro, which is like basically the control of the property.
Yeah. So how long did you have to wait for that to come through?
It was like 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad,
but you don't understand. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I had like a plan set out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to do this before the year ends. And I had a plan to like get 2 properties. And this is where like I was like, these are only plans.
Yeah.
Okay,
don't
so
get too hard on yourself.
A massive learning, and everybody in the industry with like some experience is going to tell you that it always takes longer.
And costs more.
And costs more money. So you've got to manage your own expectations.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, are you doing this kind of on your own?
Yeah, so, well, I was at the start.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of like the investigation on my own.
Yeah, because you mentioned your dad before. Is your dad involved in it with you, or is it just all you?
It's just been such a huge part of like this whole process.
Yeah.
Originally, the whole point of doing property, right, a little bit like down to the wine, is to spend time with family and go travelling.
Yeah, great.
They were the 2 things.
Great reasons.
Funnily enough, actually doing the property, you might find this with your own family, but it's actually brought us closer in a way. Right?
That's nice.
Because they've just been there all the time supporting me. They're great. It's been my dad, my mum, and my sister as well. They're all.
Kaylee's got her hands dirty?
Yeah.
Really?
She's going to be considered. And everyone's got involved, friends and family. It's amazing how much support they showed at the start. So hopefully carry on.
That's great. The reason why I asked is because a lot of the time you get, like Jonathan and I are 2 sides of the coin, because I invest with my husband. So he's a builder, so we're in it together with the conversations and stuff, and we're all over the business together. Jonathan's doing it by himself. So when you've not got loads of experience and you're by yourself doing it, that could be quite overwhelming.
100%.
Because these deals, it's like that house you bought, say, oh, it's only 105 grand. That's a Ferrari car that you've just bought, essentially. Okay, it's like big money, big risks if you get it horribly wrong, time, the emotional side of it. It's like you need some support from somewhere. So that's why it's interesting to know where you're getting your support from. And it's actually from family. Because we all have to sort of tap into that and find it, don't we? Because it's really important. Because there are going to be times when things don't pan out for you, or something happens and you're like, why am I doing this? I've not made any money and it's taken me so long. Slight insight into my life there. But it's good that your folks are involved, and your sister, and you've got those to let them to kind of like lean back and talk to. It's great.
I couldn't like on my own if I started this. There's another thing when you start in property. You are the developer, you are the estate agent.
Yes, you are.
You are
letting agent.
Book stops at you.
And the thing is, like, if you've got to make in this sort of market, you've got to make a compromise towards. Like you're going to have to do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many people get like good deals. I mean, you got one today and you talk about it quite a lot, but your experience. Right? So you're going to have to absolutely work your arse out effectively. And
we started off in exactly the same position as you in a way. I mean, we lived in houses that we renovated and made money and then moved that money forward.
Yeah.
But that was not the plan. We just did that because Tim was a builder. Then we went into single lets, and then we were like, maybe.
Yours was accidental.
Yeah. So it's like after like 3 years, we're like, I was pushed into property developing by my other half, and it was like maybe after this time, how do we actually make some money out of this? Because anything we've got is because we've lived in renovations. And we've just like built it up that way, but it's time.
Do you mind me asking how long you've done it for?
So in terms of like HMOing, 2 years. In terms of property developing, accidentally. How old's my oldest? She's 5, so 5 years in total.
But then Tim would have been a builder for.
But Tim was born to be a property developer and a builder. He's the one that's absolutely.
So he's already.
Yeah, it was always going to be, but before that, it was. Very simply, like, because he was a builder, we just added value and sold again, whereas now it's like really strategy and this is what we do. And we understand the cog. You know what I mean? Like we've self-educated. So we just went.
So you've never been on a course or anything?
I've done 2 one-day courses, which were like, I think I paid £100 for one and the other one was free, but that was it.
HMOs?
So I did HMO company one. I don't even know if they still exist anymore. Jamie Madill.
No, not sure. I don't know.
Which was really good. It was like £100 or something for the day. Got loads of content out of that. And then I did a free Zucchi one. So
cool.
Zucchi one,
okay.
the 1 day one. And that was it. But we've just grafted,
mistakes.
made mistakes.
That's what it's all about, though.
You can make it sort of paying for a course.
A lot of courses. There's a lot of people like that on Instagram.
For Tim and I, like we come from really, really working class backgrounds with zero money, so we've had to earn every penny by literally living in the building site.
Yeah.
And that's how I've done it.
See, like mine, I started off same as you. So I did Once Upon a Time, I got these bad boys dirty.
Whoa! We need a dramatic noise there. We need a dramatic noise.
I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I actually enjoy doing some of that.
I really can't see you with a trowel.
I get a lot of reward out of it. You know, like the pride when you finish.
You're too cleansed these days.
Do you know what I mean? I'm clean now, But back then, I've tried a bit of that, and I enjoyed it. And the same thing with me. Like Sophie would help, my mum would come and help, all that kind of stuff. It was really nice.
And really valuable as well.
Yeah, as you build up, and you don't have the time, you realise that you've got to start passing some of that across, and there's nothing better than being able to pass the whole thing across. It's such a nice place to be. But I did do exactly the same as you. So what? So on this project you've done now, this is the first one. What have been like the biggest kind of, almost the biggest learning kind of points of it? Has there been anything that stood out and gone, crap, I should have either been aware of that or that kind of thing?
Just on the back of that, like whilst John was speaking there, I was thinking during the process of the first property, I've been tracking everything. This is like from an engineering.
Proper engineering,
But that's great that you're applying those principles into it. It's only like what I do with design.
Exactly.
You just feed it into what you're doing.
So I've got this so basically I created a Gantt chart at the start. I'm showing John you start what you do at the start. And then also I created like a.
What, you don't use Gantt charts?
No, sorry.
Wow.
Gantt charts.
Like a bill of materials, or basically what I had to do on a weekly basis. But that would be adapt based on the week before. Right? So where this is going is. Basically, on the next project, I'm going to look into that chart, exactly how the Gantt chart changed from the start to finish, and say, how can I change this, or go back and work things around. And also, one of the things which I'm trying to do is the BOM, which I use to
what,
say
sorry?
The bill of materials. It's called sorry, acronyms is
layman's term too, mate.
Problem,
yeah, okay.
I mean, you learn something new every day, don't you?
Yeah, the BOM. Okay.
Sorry, but where I'm going with that is basically I want to try and.
I can't believe you didn't call that out there. You just let him carry on. But anyway, carry on. Sorry, mate.
Did you get that?
I got it. Yeah.
The BOM?
Yeah, I get it.
Of course I did. Yeah.
Jade does it.
Sorry, I just get into it.
Go on. Sorry.
But yeah, so all of the stuff on that list, I want to go through, like ordering material, like ordering plasterboard.
Are you on the tools for this project?
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like ordering the plasterboard and stuff like that. Right? Because also you're like the developer on the tools, and you're also doing the ordering as well.
Yeah.
I want to take that away. Okay. So like I'll look into that and say to my plasterers who I've found now, and I'll say, can you do this? Is that something you can do? And I've already spoken to them, and they're potentially getting a van in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So it works out that way. So I'm looking at everything I can take away, because every decision is like a decision or something else I could be doing. Like I could actually be looking. I want to be at the front of the business, not like here developing. And that's why like having my dad in this project has been amazing, because he's been working on like feeding
working on the business versus working in the business.
But just going back to that point though, don't underestimate the value of what you're doing now, because actually having the construction know-how and knowledge in this game is everything.
It's massive.
Right, and actually if something happens and you need to pick your tools up and do the job when you've got 3 or 4 projects on, brilliant.
And also,
it's when you don't understand it and you can't pick the tools up that actually you can't get yourself out of a situation, and you'll take that through like for everything that you do.
But the invaluable part as well is if you understand how long it's took you as a complete kind of, not an amateur, but doing something, then someone comes in and brings a price in, you can compare that to how long it took you to do something, and that you know straight away whether they're within reason, around the right money
and quality control.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
You asked what the
like
learning
key
points.
learnings.
So one of them is don't underestimate plastering. when I first did the costing for plastering, I was like £400, £500.
What, to plaster a 3-bed semi?
What, for the whole house?
Yeah, I don't know how I got it so badly.
You missed the zero off, didn't you?
I don't know how I got it so badly wrong. But there was wallpaper on the property, so I never sort of anticipated that at all. Anyway, I took all the wallpaper off, and it's costed like £2.5.
Okay, still that's a reasonable price for a 3-bedroom semi-detached house.
That was one of the massive low points.
Okay.
Looking after like builders and trades.
I was going to say, how was it working with those? Yeah,
it's huge. And I've had to make some hard decisions throughout it, and probably not as hard as you both had. Like, this is the hardest decision I've ever made. It's like 5
No, you'd be surprised.
But
you always have problems. Even now, I have problems with certain trades.
Yeah.
Like,
you do, don't you? Yeah, you tell me.
All the time I have problems with trades.
The problem I have is when they're family.
Yeah.
Or close members.
Yeah.
Like people recommend them to you, like, oh, these are good, you know. And they come, and they probably are good within like a tradesman sense.
Yeah.
And like if you were just doing your own house, but I want to run this into a business.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for people who first and foremost can use technology.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Use their phone.
Okay.
This is tradesmen we're talking about.
Yeah,
No
yes.
offence to tradesmen because I'm married to one, and he runs a fantastic construction company. But I've also lived with him for the whole time of him growing to this quite decent sized company. So I know the pitfalls of trades. So the technology thing you might have to bear with on the tradesman side.
To be fair,
Yeah, so like
my problems must pale into insignificance with you dealing with tradies all the time.
I mean, I'm lucky because I've got a barrier in front of me dealing with it, but I hear a lot about different scenarios.
how, like you know, on a weekly basis, do you assess your properties then? Like instead of the tradesman sending you information like a picture of it saying this has been done, do you assess it every week?
Do I go to site?
Yeah.
I try to, yeah. But Tim's round everywhere all the time, so yeah.
I'll try and go twice a week. If I'm
Yeah.
working with new builders, twice a week. One on Monday, one on Thursday. If it's a builder I've worked with for a while, I'll go every Thursday and have a look.
And I'm always getting
on
pictures all the time, constantly. Like, what's it looking like? Send me some pictures, especially the tiling. I like to see what's going on.
Mine
there.
can't
for sure.
Mine can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll ask for it and I'll ask for a picture of like the floor and I'll get the ceiling
Yeah.
or something. So I'll just.
When you
go.
find, when you build your construction team up, treat them really, really well. Look after them,
Yeah.
and that is it's your biggest strength, the construction, because it's the biggest cost that you're going to get through the whole. So like, really being on top of that is just so important, and building the relationships. Like, I have a frustration with quite a lot of property developers where they're quite disrespectful towards trades and they underestimate the value, and it's like, you want these guys to do a good job for you, like treat them, they're not going to be they're not going to be amazing on a sauna, right?
Yeah.
Just to manage your expectations, but look after them, it's important.
100%.
Yeah.
They are your biggest team, and
Yeah.
they'll be, if you've got a good team around you.
You can do it,
You'll
definitely.
smash it. Yeah.
Do you negotiate the pay?
Okay.
Because they're doing a task and they're getting paid what it's worth at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you negotiate the pay, you jeopardise the actual relationship
If
and
you-
how
yeah.
good the quality is.
If you
Yeah.
trim it
So
too
it's like-
much, they're not going to want to spend time there, and they're
Yeah.
going to do a slapdash job, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the way to look at this is you want to be working on day rate or fixed price. Okay, so if you're on fixed price, you can manage your costs exactly, and they're locked in on that price, including materials. And then you can say, right, I've got so much in for plastering, so much in for decorating, so much in for electrics, and all that. And then you're on fixed price, and when you start slipping into day rate, there's no incentive to get the job done, and that's harder to manage, and that's when your problems can start.
Do you prefer day rate?
Yeah.
or
Well, I
fixed?
would. I would. No, I would go on to fixed price
Fixed.
always.
Because if
We
you're doing
have
day,
to- yeah.
there's no reason for
There's
them
no
to get it
incentive.
done.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
They'd rather drag it out for 5 days, get paid more, than do it in 3. If
Yeah.
it's price, then it's within their interest to get
Get
out
it
of there as
done.
quickly as possible.
In 3 days as opposed to 5 because they're going to get paid.
But then there's nothing wrong with giving them a good price on a price.
Yeah.
And they, even if you pay someone £1,000 to plaster or whatever, and you think in your head it's going to take 5 days, and they do it in 2, well, that's good for everyone
Yeah.
round, because they get out, they get it done quick. You're still happy with it, so it's not really a big issue.
Definitely, yeah.
You got that now?
I've got that in the bank. I've no looks down there.
No, it's cool. You can keep this recording.
So before we wrap up
Yeah.
today, is there anything that you'd like to ask us both that could help you?
Short and sweet ones.
So, yeah, short and sweet.
I think I speak to Johnny quite a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
So
And I
now's your
bother
time
you, I
to
bother you like, oh, this is another thing. When you got a mentor, make sure you.
treat them right. Make sure you treat them better than you treat your builders.
No, but I obviously bother you quite a lot. But
Have you found it like a game changer working with Jonathan?
Yeah. And
I'm not trying to big you up.
Chuck me under the bus here.
I'm just interested.
this is what I've learned in engineering. I had a mentor there, and I sort of started to feed back to him eventually, and that's what I hope to do with everyone I work with.
Yeah.
I don't just plan to just take.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I read that electrical. There was electrical wiring regulations. I know, I'm pretty cool.
Yeah, you sent me that, didn't you?
And I sent
Cheers,
it,
Cameron.
And I sent it like FYI. And
Jonathan's too busy looking at dogs on Instagram.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, isn't it? He's taking a selfie as well. But even if you laugh, or you know what I mean, or if it's a bit of decent information you missed out, then that's my way of feeding back to you.
Yeah.
And I'd advise that for anyone who mentor, and don't just like continue to take away, because you build relationships and it's good for the future. So, I forgot where I was going with that.
Is there anything you want to ask me? Yeah. Because
Yeah, I'll ask you
obviously,
loads of questions.
go on, go for it.
most of them surrounding social media, to be honest.
Yeah, social media. So you are quite active on Instagram.
Yeah, before I knew John and was friends with you,
Yeah.
I seen you on social media. So first of all, congratulations, because you're actually smashing it.
Fanboy!
Number one.
Extra points for Cameron.
I know. What's your Insta tag as well?
That was
while we're on
that
that.
wasn't actually asking you a question.
Before we get onto that, just what's your Insta, so that people, if they want to find you and follow your house being finished, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
It's at Mr. Cameron Tait, and I post a lot of stories. So.
About development and stuff like
Yeah.
Keep everyone updated.
And you're quite raw and honest with it, aren't you?
Yeah,
and I like that.
The other day, for example, I was rolling around with dog poo. Someone has pooed on my drive. So
he just loves rolling around in it. That's what he does.
I don't hold.
Every Saturday, Cameron goes to the park.
So okay, right, all right. Let's just go from that point. So talking about that point, you wanted to ask me about social media.
Yeah.
So probably not so much about the poo stuff, obviously. Yeah.
So I don't know, what are your key points like for someone like me who doesn't really?
Okay.
What do you look at my Instagram and think? Like, do you think it's very generic, because I don't think I've got a target?
Well, that's a really tough question. Yeah,
I'm glad he asked you that. I can zone out.
It depends. It depends. Let me ask you a question back before I answer it. What's your angle with your Instagram? What are you trying to achieve?
I don't know at the moment.
Okay, that's how it comes across. Like, it's not specifically directed at an angle. Like with what I do, it's very like design led. This is what I do. You know what I am straight away from reading a few posts.
I see yours as a business.
Exactly.
That's what I see.
I describe it as a shop window. So this is what I'm about.
Cool.
So for you, it's like, first of all, you've got to understand, what your direction is, what you want to be known for. If you want to be known as the property developer, as the lad about town, make that decision, and then you angle your content towards that decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm happy to work with you on that if you want a bit of support.
I love that.
Because it's kind of, I think social media, it's a subject obviously I could talk about a lot, but I think in our industry it's become more and more of an important thing to be a part of in the past couple of years. And also a great way, if you're quite new, to network and meet people.
It's massively important for that.
But know your angle is my
Can I drop some in here as well?
Yeah.
We did a video on Instagram and socials and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we did do an Instagram video.
Check that out if you
all
want
the
to
tips
know
are
a
on
bit
there.
more about
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Just one thing off the back of that is like networking with social media. So I don't actually follow that many people, and that's an active choice. Just because a few months back we spoke about this off camera, I became like, I was a consumer. I was consuming a lot of information, and now I've just become tried to become the producer.
Yeah.
And that's just taking a switch of like, stop following everyone.
Yeah.
If someone makes you feel bad, like for whatever reason that you follow them, just unfollow them and.
Property people. You on about property people?
Just like in general, like I don't follow many people at all, just because I'm like on a path. Like I know where I want to go in property, so I just follow the people which sort of benefit me in that way.
Yeah,
so I follow you two guys, so you're on there. But like Gary Vee and people like that, that sort of social media, sort of getting the business right. But it's so important. Like it's not only social media. I think you have a very good model of understanding where you're going.
I just stick to it. Like Cameron, honestly, I'm always the first one to say, look, I'm not amazing at, the system side of stuff or looking at legals and doing all the detailed stuff, right? Okay, but I've got people around me that are brilliant at that, so they're there. I'm just quite good at design, so I just push that, and that's my USP, and that's it. And I just stick to it, and I don't deviate away from it.
Exactly.
And it's brought me the most amazing opportunities.
Do you sit there?
Just get your message.
Do you go through like a leads profile, like how many people you follow you, and do you sort of detail the numbers and stuff like that? Have you gone through?
Not really. I mean, for me, it's all about one thing, and it's engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like how many people that you're engaging with, and then the opportunities and the relationships that come off the back of that. It's more than just numbers. It's a gigantic subject, and we'll talk about it more after the.
Because what are you looking for as well? Like, are you looking for investors, or are you looking for are you on there to look for tenants?
Yeah, that's what Jade was talking about. Like, what do you want out of it?
Yeah, what do you want? That's the first decision you need to make.
Exactly. And if it is tenants, then you've got to gear it for the tenant side of things. If it's investment, then you've got to gear it. Like Jade's is a shop window for that as a business.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talk about that.
Yeah.
And just on the deciding what angle you want to take as a final point, like I've got 3 Instagrams, so I filter the content. So I've got B-Space Business, The Barn, which is my self-build, so it's all self-builders and me talking to people about self-builds, and then my personal one, which is me, the kids and my mates, you know? So I'm filtering what content I'm seeing. So if I want to turn the property developing off, I just don't look at it.
Yeah.
And then you can switch in between.
Yeah. I have a similar profile where I go onto like my own profile, like
lads. Yeah.
See, I only have one. Because I'm lazy and it's all on one. So it's pictures of dogs and houses and stuff. So I'm completely different. Yeah. It's just what you want out of it. Yeah. And then reverse engineer it. So I think that's a nice way to end. But I think to continue with Cameron, we're going to come and see your project, aren't we? And then we'll come back to him in a couple of months' time when he's gone through refinance and tenants and see how it's all gone with him and do a whole thing about how that's gone for your first project.
Yeah, I think it's important because the reason we've got Cameron here is because there's not many people that are just starting out in our industry that are telling their stories. It's everyone who's done it. So we want to watch you do it, Cameron. Look at you.
I appreciate that.
But no, thanks for your time today.
It's been
great to interview you. Well done.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. If you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you want us to talk about anything specifically, then pop that in the comments below and we'll get back to you.
We'd love it if you'd come over to Instagram and give us a follow and say, hi, I'm B-Space, and you are?
Jonathan M. Ioannou. Thanks.